Good evening, listeners, and we are back and live on our Wednesday habit. This is Torch Unplugged.
For tonight's episode, it's going to be the two of us again, Shy. Seems like the first episode lang, no? Hashtag bring back memories. Norbs, kung nasan ka man ngayon, I hope you're doing well.
Hi, Norbs. I hope you're doing well wherever you are right now. So, hi once again to our listeners. Happy Wednesday. How are you, Jazz?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. How about you, Shy?
I'm doing fine as well. So, what will be our agenda for tonight, Jazz?
Yeah, for tonight, we'll be full of new learnings once again. We'll be focusing on how to ace a call center job interview, focusing on the do's and don'ts.
Okay. So I think it would be a great what do you call this one? Great topic. We will be having a free advice for our listeners for tonight, and this is indeed another interesting topic. So I think it's time to get this started then.
Yeah. For starters, let us introduce first the recruitment process in the BPO industry. Usually 75% of the recruitment process is interviews, and the remaining percentage is for online examinations and account-specific examinations. And the first two interview stages you'll have is the initial and final interview. Can you tell us more about this, Shai?
Sure thing, Jazz. So, initial and final interview, well, as you've noticed, spelling pa lang, they're different na. But kidding aside, seriously, these two interview gauge different points too. So, the initial interview is more on your verbal communication skills like pronunciation, intonation, fluency, and also thought coherence. So, basically, it's how you deliver your thoughts using the English language. Whereas the final interview, it gauges your non-verbal cues, and this is more on your commitment, your job interest and knowledge and such. But let us bear in mind that both interviews are significant equally, because if you did not pass the initial interview, then you cannot proceed in the final interview.
Thank you for clarifying, Shai. Clarification, from what you've mentioned, is it safe to assume that the final interview would be directly after the initial interview?
Not really, because the order of the recruitment process in the BPO varies. So other companies would have it initial interview and then online exam, then final interview, while others would have it online exam first and then final interview, where initial interview is already part of the online examination, which is language assessment. So it really depends from companies to companies. So yeah.
I see. So it really varies from different companies. Thank you for pointing that one out, Shai. So now, BPO aspirants, listen up. Different interview stages varies in assessment points, and the chronological order would also depend on the company's preferences and assessment needs. So now the question is, what are the do's and don'ts during the interview?
Okay, so I think let's go with the do's first. First, you need to dress up neatly. Do not show up into your interview wherein you're like gagala lang, or you're just going to attend a party. Wardrobe should always be smart, casual, and overdressing is not an option here as well. Second, you have to prepare all the documents you need the night before your scheduled interview. Documents such as your resume, your valid ID, and most importantly, right now, since we're still in the midst of the pandemic, of course, your vaccination card. And by the way, biodata is no longer accepted nowadays, so it's really resume na talaga, or CV will do as well. And if you do not have a resume, there are available free templates naman online, so you can also check that one out and then just fill out the necessary information. And then third, you have to be on site 15 minutes or even 30 minutes before the scheduled interview.
I see. To add, as an applicant, we should also bear in mind that we're the ones who is in need of the approval of the company. So again, we should always remain humble. So yeah, thank you for those important pre-interview reminders, Shai. Now going to the interview proper. For the initial interview, you need to really elaborate your answers, since it's verbal communication skills that is being gauged. But again, do not dwell too much on the flowery words. You may use this method called PREP, or shall we say point, reason, example, and point. This way your thoughts will be more organized. It will also help with how you deliver your answers. And also, do not pressure yourself to use complex sentences, okay? Simple sentences would do. for so long as you can deliver your thoughts well. So again, points to remember: to pass the initial interview, just make sure to expound your thoughts, be confident in speaking in the English language, and again, be more focused and attentive during the interview.
Right, Jazz. And initial interview can also be done in a panel interview manner wherein there will be more than one applicant. So it is best to also remain in your proper posture. Do not slouch. Be present. Do not space out. And now for the final interview, it is also best to stay committed. Never use negative words like I think, I guess, for now, and maybe, especially when talking about your goals, commitment, and job knowledge. And aside from that, it is also best to always stay humble during the final interview.
I see. So again, be humble lang, guys. Again, different companies have different standards in hiring an applicant. But one thing is for sure, companies would rather hire teachable applicants than those skilled but yet demanding applicants.
So I actually agree with that one, Jazz, in applying. So make sure to research the job description, the job requirements too, in order for you to assess if you are fit for the job.
I see. I mean, I guess that's it. There are a lot of things to discuss, but guys, don't worry. We'll be having another episode that will separately discuss the do's and don'ts during each application process. Just like the previous episode wherein we talked about the assessment and lay down a few reminders.
That is really exciting and interesting. So make sure to catch us every Wednesday, call center aspirants out there or our dear listeners out there.
Once again, this has been Torch Unplugged. This is Jasper.
And Shy, now signing off.